Trending topics. Right, let's get into them very quickly and see what you've been speaking about on Twitter. So, first up, Tumi Soul. So, this is look, I think this relates to a case where Tumi had gotten into trouble just because a lady had accused him of a whole bunch of things. And of course, that then happened. There were allegations against him, and he went as far as he possibly could to clear his name from this said lady.
She had accused him of rape.
Well, there you go. Okay, you go into the details.
Basically, he obviously has always maintained his innocence. Now, the same woman yesterday on Twitter again was claiming that she had basically backed off from a relationship with some guy because he couldn't afford her lifestyle, in parentheses, you know. So this basically, you know, got people talking about her.
Absolute conversation,
Yeah, and the lies that they say on Twitter that she's been perpetrating.
Indeed, indeed. So she puts out a tweet basically saying, "I'm single again." Then she puts screenshots with that as to how she broke up or ended it with this person that she was with, and just saying, I expect to be taken care of. I'm never going 50-50 with you. I expect to be taken on dates. I expect to be bought flowers. Those are my standards, and I'm not dropping them. I hope we understand each other. If we don't, let's call it quits now. And then he responds, okay. So anyway, it just goes on like that. But this is the same lady who put those accusations against Tumi Soul, hence the trend.
All right. Next one, let's go on to hashtag Cyril. And of course, this one's swirling around. It's there every day in a different context. The president, Cyril Ramaphosa. And I think there's another one there, Arthur Frazier, and they kind of go together because a lot of people talking about the fact that Arthur Frazier was the one who basically got us to the point where the president is now hopefully going to be held accountable for what happened at his Pala Pala farm.
Yeah, all right. So that's the trend, and I suppose that's, as you say, Arthur Frazier.
A whole lot of other things as well.
Oh, man. And also after, I was reading just a couple of still all these reactions coming through from the president's address, and people are just not happy with the way things were handled on that one. Too much talk, no action. That's kind of what the idea is. Mpopalatse also trending, and this is a big one. In fact, this is around our question of the day as well. So Mpopalatse, basically, the reality is that the DA Federal Executive rejected her proposal for the DA to work with the EFF to get Johannesburg without actually giving her an opportunity to state her case. And that was kind of a little bit of a bombshell that dropped. We're asking you that as the question of the day as well. But, you know, the reality is that, you know, just saying that the proposal was never even read and it was just dropped. It was like, not going to work. So what is going on?
Well, the allegation is that she was told in no uncertain terms, and even had some recording played to her of Julius Malema talking about killing people and basically saying we will not work with them. But she has said that she's not going down without a fight. She's going to continue taking this matter up because the DA does have working relationships with the EFF in other municipalities. She mentioned Ekurhuleni as an example, where they have a good working relationship. So she has indicated that she's not going to leave it there.
Absolutely not. And I think killing white people is what Helen Zille is saying that is unacceptable, something that was uttered by the EFF leader Julius Malema, and she will say not work with them in any which way. All right, so quite interesting. There's our question of the day if you want to have a look at it. What are your thoughts on the DA rejecting former Johannesburg Mayor Dr. Mpopalatse's proposal to work, apologies for the spelling error there, we'll fix it, to work with the EFF to unseat the ANC-led coalition in Johannesburg? So that's the question of the day.
Yeah, at Morning Live SABC. Let's move on to the next one. What do we have? We have hashtag Rulani. This is, of course, Rulani Mokoena of Mamelodi Sundowns, who's now been promoted to being the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. So, you know, they had this trinity at Sundowns of coaches, Rulani, Steve and Manqoba. And basically what has been happening after that loss to Pirates at the weekend in the MTN 8 Cup, there's a big shake-up at Sundowns. Rulani is now the head coach. I think Steve Kompela is now the senior coach, and then Manqoba. And people basically saying that this is a slap in the face of Manqoba Mngqithi, and that maybe he should be looking elsewhere.
And then the last one, I'm going to leave it to you as well. Bradley Grobler?
Bradley Grobler. Bradley is Matantanta, yeah?
Yeah,
and
I think they were all just raving about his performance. Did they play?
Striker there at Supersport United. But Bradley's always been that guy, and always just I've always hoped that he would go to one of the bigger clubs. So those are your trending topics for this morning.
All right, fantastic. So, midterm budget coming up, the medium-term policy statement coming up tomorrow, and that is the big one that we're obviously going to be focusing in on. So we've got a guest that's joining us, and we're going to have the conversation as to what we can expect from the finance minister as he gets up and announces that. And our guest that will be joining us is Dr. Krige Siebrits, a lecturer at Stellenbosch University. That'll happen after the break. Stay with us.